Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. So, setting up your little yoga studio is a gift you can give yourself. Just turn off your phones, your TVs, all that stuff, and maybe light a candle. Maybe set out a little pretty spread, a little scarf, little flowers, little things that bring beauty. We're going to focus on beauty today. So every month I like to have a theme, and we've been working on finding center in the chaos, finding this center column. I like to think of it kind of like a pole. Here in Denver, we have our transit system at the airport, and if I don't hold on to that pole, I can go flying on the train. So we all need a pole to hold on to. So this center column that we have from the top of our head down to our tailbone, down to our feet, this is our center column. This is our pole. And if we come back with our breath and come back with our movement and come back with our thought, we can come back to center, even in the chaos. And isn't there a lot of chaos going on? It's a rocky road right now. So it's so great that you came to your yoga mat or your chair today to get a time for yourself, time to catch your breath, time to reorient. So yoga is a full practice. It's not just these physical exercises. It's breath, it's the thoughts, it's the actions, it's our diet, it's our sleep, it's all these things we're talking about for brain health. This has just been codified 5,000 years ago or whatever in India. It's just a system of understanding ourselves and paying attention. So we're going to pay attention now to the tailbone, to the top of the head. And we're going to just let our eyes look down or close them and just start to get the body oriented so that our body's organized before we impose any of these postures, these yoga poses on it. So feel your feet first, just kind of wiggle your toes. And then lift up on your toes so your heels come up. And then let it come down. Try to do it with the breath. That makes it more harmonious. Inhaling as you lift up your heels. And exhale, let it float down. One more time. Just getting grounded. Feeling our feet on the ground. Feeling our knees. Pushing our fingertips against the outside of the knees and pushing out just to activate the legs a little bit. Breathing and releasing. Two more. Push out with your fingertips against the outside of your knees, pushing out, activating the legs. Exhale, bring it back in. One more time. That's it. Now we're going to take our fingertips to the tops of our knees, not right on the kneecap, but behind it where it attaches to the thighs. So we're going to push up and push our fingers down. Let your elbows relax, let your neck and shoulders relax. Inhale, push up against it. Feel your belly starting to engage. Perhaps you could feel that squeeze of your belly button back to your spine. And then relax. Keep the squeeze though on the belly. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, relax. Good. One more time. Now you see how simple these things are. We can do these anywhere. I do them in the car, on a bus, in my kitchen, wherever. Just these kind of little activations. So feeling our feet and breathing all the way up into our body. Let the breath rise up in our body. Feeling the tailbone and the sitting bones on our chair. Letting the breath rise and fall. Just give your mind the job of watching the breath now, not trying to change it, but just being a witness, watching the breath as it rises and falls in your body. Imagining this hollow column or this pole from the tailbone to the top of the head. You might need to sit back a little or sit forward or one side to the other. Try to get it lined up. This is a great alignment exercise. to allow the tailbone and the top of the head to be in a straight line. So pulling up from the top of the head, feeling a long spine, pulling the belly button back and dropping the ribs. Exhale, hold the squeeze on the belly and dropping the ribs, and let the breath rise from the tailbone to the top of the head. This takes some practice. Just open up that canal. Imagine something hollow, and exhaling, releasing down. So if we looked at an aerial view of this hollow tube, it would look like a circle. One lady at one of my retreats said it's like looking through a paper towel roll. So whatever image you have, I like to feel this like sheath. The yogis call it the sheath around the spinal column and the brain to protect our central nervous system. So we're breathing up and down, trying to open this canal as if it's hollow. And as we inhale, we're taking in fresh, new, alive breath that hasn't been breathed yet. We're letting that breath fill us up energetically in our nervous system. We're refreshing ourselves. And when we exhale, it's like we're sweeping off the clutter in the hollow column, right? It's not so hollow, it's full of stuff. So the breath can help with our imagery. That's the beauty of our minds. We can create images. So imagining that the breath rises up from the earth, from the tailbone, just rises up into our body, giving us a refreshment, feeling more energized, all the way up to the top of your head if you can, and refreshing your brain. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wake up brain. And then exhale, just let it slough off, slide down, empty that tube. Kind of like a Roto-Rooter, clearing the tube, clearing the pipes, clearing that hollow column that is our spinal column and our brain. Okay, so we're going to keep coming back to this. So as I said, if you looked at us from an aerial view, a fly on the ceiling, you'd see this circle. And I'm going to call it O, because it looks like an O to me. And if I take that O all the way through my whole column, I'm just at home with myself. I'm not neutral. I'm at zero. I'm not charged about anything. I'm relaxed. So see if you can come to that zero place for a moment. And just feel like, this feels good. I feel at home with myself. So this O place or zero place, this home place, is in the center here, and we can always come back to it. So let your eyes open and we'll start to breathe with our hands pushed together at our chest now. Just waking up our heart, wiggling back and forth, maintaining this sense of breath rising and falling in the hollow column. See if you could keep that concentration as well. So these are meditation techniques and contemplation techniques from yoga and from many disciplines. I've studied all the world's meditations. I love that. So the heart is waking up, and we're going to take our hands, pressing them together and reaching up, up, up. Let this column go way up, 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 up. Let the column go above your head. If that doesn't feel good, of course, lower it, bring it back down, or keep it here. So we're going to do that movement over and over a few times just to wake up our spine and our muscles. So take a big breath and inhale. Reach up. The column is filling up with air. And exhale, we're letting it clear. Little action there to clear the column. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep the belly tucked in. Excuse me, breathing up. And down. Good. Now we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to lace them together. And we're going to push our hands out. Stretch those arms. Drop the shoulders. Try not to have the shoulders up here. Drop, 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 drop. Put the shoulders back on the sides. And pushing out. Let's do it rhythmically. Inhale, expand out in front. Exhale, bring it back. Keep the column. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, release. Good. Now take the hands and put them palms together and then slide them so you're grabbing your fingers. And you can see we're doing things from our toes to our fingertips. It's a full body kind of attention. So I have a little joke that I was telling myself. So pull your fingers apart. Try to pull your fingers apart. Your elbows are pulling out. Your shoulders are dropping. So I was practicing out on my patio and I was going to do it outdoors. And I saw that O for the hollow column. And then I wanted to work with beauty and balance. So B-O-B, we're going to do beauty and this open column and balance today. So that spells Bob. So we're going to practice with Bob today. So let's tip our elbows. Hold the belly in and pull the pelvic floor up. So we're securing this canal. We're just stretching on the diagonal now, elbow to elbow on the diagonal. Inhale, stretch it apart. Exhale, release. Two more. Feels good, doesn't it? Let's go the other way, diagonally this way. If you get any pain or discomfort, please stop, stretch, just shake it out, take some water, do whatever you need to do. Don't be held prisoner in your chair by me. Please have freedom of movement. Okay, so elbow to elbow is a diagonal, and we're keeping this. This is our fulcrum for balance. So we're practicing now before we stand up and do balance. Can you feel that center column? It's kind of like a seesaw we're making here. And the center canal is the fulcrum of the movement. So pulling apart, elbow to elbow, stretching on the diagonal. Can you feel that? I'm feeling it behind my shoulder blades. So pull the shoulder blades back and down, put them in the right places, pull the belly in, pull the pelvic floor up, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Elbows pulling apart. Head's nice and straight. Exhale. One more. Good. Loosen it up. Let's do some shoulder rolls forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Ooh, that feels so good. Are you getting some crunchies? One more in this direction. Forward, up, back, and down. Good. Now we're going to reverse it. This is good for the brain to reverse activities. So we're going to pull the shoulder blades together and back and down. This is the down position. And then back, and pushing the shoulder blades back, then bringing them up, and then bringing them forward. Back, up, around, and down. Back, up, around and down. One more time. Keep the belly nice and strong. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. There we go. Good. All right, let's hold on to our chair. I'm going to have a little sip of water. It's so hot here. Colorado's having a bit of a hot streak. So I'm holding on to my chair and I'm going to tip my head. So I'm going to stretch the neck and the scalenes that go into the collarbone. Those get so tight. So gently nodding yes, just loosening up. Keep your tailbone down, your sits bones down, your pelvic floor pulled up, belly pulled in, ribs drop, breathing. Just nodding a gentle yes. Good, and down to the center, the chin comes to the chest. We're stretching the back of the neck and the back of the head. Sometimes people get headaches back there because the neck's so compressed. Let's stretch out the neck, holding the straight column, nice and tall. Even though our head is bent, the column is strong. Good. Coming up to the center, try to pull back like a turtle pulling into the shell. That stretches these neck muscles in the back. Our favorite exercise. And then tip over to the side. We're using our arm now to pull down so that we can get a good stretch here. So a sharp, sudden pain, stop immediately. If it just feels really tight, just try to be a little gentler, back off the edge of it and come into the more secure stretch. So the shoulder blade is open and down. The neck is stretching. The chin is tipped. Yes, yes, yes motion. And breathe. Tipping the ear to the shoulder. Good. Back into the center. Hopefully you feel a little taller. Pushing down with your hands and stretch the top of your head. In yoga, we call it a sky hook. It's like this little attachment that takes us way up into the sky. So feel that sky hook coming down and pulling your spine nice and long and pulling your hands down. Remember, we've done mountain pose. We'll get up in a moment and do mountain pose. But we're doing a seated mountain now, feeling our fingers pulled down and our feet nice and grounded and our crown going up towards the sky. Feel that good stretch. And relax. Good. Shake it out. So let's do a little bit more on our legs to get them warmed up, and then we'll stand up and do some standing balance poses. And you can use your chair, of course. So I'm going to go to the edge of my chair and just put my foot out in front. I have my foot flexed. So put your heel on the floor and let your leg be nice and straight as the knee can be without locking it. Don't lock the knee where you're gripping the knee. That's hard on it. So now we're just hinging from our hips. So just a very slight hinge starts to activate the hamstring. Can you feel that with your toe pulled back? So just stretch the back of the leg now. The hinge at the hip, so we're not rounding the back. We still have this nice straight column, this 0 point. Just stretching. So the latest research shows 90 seconds to hold one of these static poses, to hold it for 90 seconds to really let the muscles and the fascia tissue and the connective tissue all to release. That activates our parasympathetic nervous system. You know, we have two branches. The activation, like the gas pedal, the autonomic nervous system has two aspects. So it has the sympathetic, which is the action, the go, the do, the accomplish, the hurry, you know, that world. And that's the gas pedal, so to speak. And then the parasympathetic, let's go lift up our leg here. Our parasympathetic is the rest and digest and process and reorient and clean and clear. And we need time in the parasympathetic nervous system. This culture is very go-go. So to be able to push the brake and pull off the road a little bit or go on a little backcountry road or take a vacation, that feels good. Okay, so we're letting our hip joint have a little traction here, just pulling the leg away from the hip joint and feeling that nice stretch around the hip. Good. And let's put that leg down. And we're going to do some steps to the side now. So step and together, step and together. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it into the center column here. So when we stand, we're going to be on one leg. So we're practicing. And if this is what we can do today, just stay with the chair stuff. Okay, good. Now let's try the other leg. We're going to flex our foot, stick it out in front, and stretch the back of the leg here. So let the toes pop up. I just got a little cramp, so I'm going to let that seize up, stop seizing. So coming down from the hinge of the hip, we're not folding our chest, we're staying upright. The tailbone to the top of the head is still that wonderful strong column, that pole that we can count on. We can keep coming back to it. That's good news, isn't it? That we do have this center. I hope you all can feel it. Even if you don't get the image, just to know that if you call everything into the center and secure yourself, you're much stronger. If we're fragmented and flying in every direction, we're chaotic. We're part of the chaos then. So I've made a pledge every day to just be in the center, be a centering influence, a calming influence, a healing influence in the world. So you might want to look at your dedications for your day. What would you like today? Who would you like to be? How would you like to be? And bring it back in, giving you time to contemplate my question. So we're now doing that little traction thing where we're pulling our leg. If your arms don't feel strong enough to hold up your leg, find a different way to do something with your leg. If that doesn't feel good, put your leg down. Okay, so we're just kind of rocking, cradling, waking up that hip joint. There's fluids around all our joints, around the brain, around the spinal column. We're full of fluids. We're a river floating through our body. The river takes nutrients and takes away trash, helps all the processes, helps all the cells communicate with each other. I forgot to do this on this side, but let's point and flex. It's so good for the ankle and for balance. We'll do some more of those. Pointing and flexing. Good. And putting the foot down. We're going to do that side stepping now. So we're going to call on this fulcrum for balance as we open our leg and close it. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze it to the center. One more. Very good. So we're basically waking up our legs. So let's just encouragement. Thank you, legs, for all that you do. I'm going to stand up on you now and we're going to do some balance. So this kind of tapping or percussion is a way of bringing blood vessels up to the surface and helping purify the blood and the skin. And it's just really healthy practice. Do it all through our whole body. Okay, good. So let's start with Bob. And make sure that you feel safe when you stand up. So you don't want to tip over or hurt yourself in any way. So I've got my chair here and I've got my massage table over here. So I have things to hold on to. So find something to hold on to. And we'll start with our mountain pose, where we're just standing with our feet as close together as we can. We're softening into the knees. And our hands are coming to the sides like we did on the chair, where we're pulling our fingers way down. Feel how strong your fingers can get when you stretch them like that. So as we stand here, I think you can probably see my shirt, but I'll come a little closer. So we're going to dig deep into these roots, into the earth, and we're being these strong pillars. And this is the tree pose, as many of you know. And so we can expand. So as humans, we have roots and we have wings. So yoga is a balance of that. Yoga means to join or unify or connect. Okay, so we're in the mountain pose. And our sky hook comes and takes us up. Good. Now we're going to let our eyes look down at the ground so we don't get dizzy. And we're going to lean forward as far as we can without falling off. So you can feel how the grip happens with your toes. As your belly gripping too, or your butt muscles gripping. And then come back to center. So just that simple tipping forward And coming back is part of our balance exercise. We're training our feet where to find balance. So the balance happens feet up. Okay, now let's try going back, sway back. Woo, lean back a little bit without falling. See what grips. I'm feeling it in the front of my thighs and my glutes, and then come to the center. So just a little sway forward and back is a way to prepare for balance, or just to, I do this in my kitchen a lot on washing dishes, you know, just practice where the edge of my balance is. Some days I'm more expansive than others. Okay, and now swaying to the side so that you're on the edge of the foot a little bit now. Swaying to the side without falling over, and then back to the center. Feel that? Swaying to the side. Engage the core. Feel the strength. And back to the center. And go the other way. Swaying to the other side. See how I'm just going on the edge of my feet, but I'm staying upright. So I'm in mountain pose, but I'm just finding the edges of my balance. Back and forth, side to side. And front to back. Okay, so we're rolling on our feet. We're getting our feet active. And if we sit a lot, our feet aren't as active as they could be. This is really helpful to get the feet warmed up before we do any balancing. And then just make a little circle. Remember our hollow canal here? We're just circling it around. Circling around and just feeling what our feet do as we circle around. Keeping our core nice and tight, our pelvic floor pulled up, our glutes engaged, abs engaged, our ribs engaged. Feel that's the whole body. Okay, good. All right, now we're gonna just do a little swinging. I think I'll start with my outside foot and just let that leg swing back and forth. Remember, this is the fulcrum for balance, so we're throwing ourselves off balance now. So see if you can hold with your core. That's it. And then stop in the center. And let's pretend, I think we used this image once before, to pretend we're on a step stool. Our foot's on a step stool. Can we balance there? Holding the foot on the step stool, holding the core strong, using the arms for balance wherever your arms need to be. Okay, good. Let's shake that out. So we're on this outside leg from the chair is where I am. I'm going to do like a step, like a clock. So I'm pointing at 12 o'clock, and then I'm pointing at 1 o'clock. Your clock might go the other way. It's okay. And then 2 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just make that half circle. Now I'm really engaging my glutes. Can I lift my leg a little bit? Can I balance without my hands? This is the balancing warrior pose. Your leg is behind you, your arms are behind you or in front of you. So you're on this plane. So my goal is to have the top of my head, the hands, my spine, and my leg all in a straight line. Okay, shake that out. Let's try it on the other side now. We're working towards Bob, beauty and balance. So let's swing this leg. Getting the leg activated. That's good. Those muscles waking up, get blood flowing. So muscles have the effect of squeezing and the effect of releasing. So pay attention when you're squeezing. When we hold this leg up, we got to squeeze the muscles to hold this leg up, right? So feel where you're squeezing. On our step stool. If you can balance, So I'm having a hip replacement in September. So this leg is not real happy about balancing. So I'm not gonna push myself here, but try it on the step stool with your arms in different positions. So these are simple little balance things we can do in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the backyard, wherever. Let's try that clock one. We go to the top of the clock and then bring it back, and then to the next number. We're just going around the clock, touching the points. That's it. And when you get to the back point, see if you can tip at the hips and lift the leg behind you. So you're hinging and lifting. And then if you can, balance with your arms. Come back in. Whew. Let's march it out a little bit. Are you feeling it? I'm getting a little heated. Just say simple movements, they fire up the muscles and they give us some heat, which burns impurities. That's really good. Okay, so we're doing standing balance now. And I had this picture I wanted to show you. I think I mentioned that I did a little family project with this is me. This is my younger daughter and my older daughter's little girl who's now in college. And I just wanted to share this pose that we can do today. It's a balance and beauty pose. It's a dance pose. The dancer. And the dancer is in many forms. Let's try it in this form. So we're going to do it very slowly, little section at a time. So I'm going to go to my first side over here. The first thing we want to do is, well, I think I'll turn so you can see me, is take a hold of our foot. So see if you can grab a hold of your foot. If you can't get a hold of your foot, you might have a strap or a belt or hold on to your clothes or just lean your foot against towards your butt. If you can hold on. So this leg that we're lifting up, we're going to pull back a little bit. So we're stretching the front of the leg now and open up the chest. And this tipping happens at the hips, where I lift my leg. And once I feel secure there, I can lift my arm. So practice it, play around with it. It's a little bit of a strenuous pose, so just do little pieces of it. Can you pull up your leg? Can you push your leg back a little bit? Can you push your foot against your hand to open up the leg and open up the chest? Can you lift your arm? Can you tip? Little pieces. So try little parts and pieces of it. It's the dancer pose. So it has beauty and balance in it. So see if you want to keep doing it or if you're ready to stop. We're pulling the foot back. Maybe that's just the part you want to do where you're stretching the hamstrings here, or the quads, I mean. So you're stretching the front of the leg and then you lift it back behind you. You could even do it on a piece of furniture. See, I could do it like that. So use props. Don't feel like you have to do it your whole body doing it. Use a prop, do it on the chair. Okay, if we did it on the chair, it might look something like this, where this is where my leg is, and then I'm lifting here. So try different versions, different props. Just play around with balance and beauty. That's what we're doing today. Okay, let's come back to the center. Gather up some energy. Pour it into this hollow column. Refresh. So we can refresh up from the earth, or we can refresh down from the sky. All meets in the middle here. scooping up. Can you get up on your tippy toes and then come down? So this pose is fountain pose. We've done this before. I'll step back so you can see my head. I'm going up on my tippy toes, and my arms are rising up like a great fountain. And then I'm pouring that fountain, that cooling water down. Breathing up and coming down. So this form of yoga is called Hatha yoga. H-A, Ha is the sun, the bright sun. And Ta is the moon, the cooling, receptive moon. And so this is balancing. So now we're cooling from that heat of the dancer. Kind of cooling with the fountain. Good. Now the fountain can go the other way as well. We could scoop it up like a wellspring, pushing water up into us and cleaning us, rising up, inhale, holding up here. And then the fountain comes down, pours the water all around us. Imagine just being enveloped in that cooling water. So up through the center, up on the tippy toes, balance. Exhale, bring the fountain down and relax. One more. Balance and beauty. Very good. So it's important to get fired up like the heat of the sun and, exercise and get aerobic and all that. And it's nice to cool and calm, go into the parasympathetic. So the sympathetic charges, the parasympathetic calms. So that's the balance of our nervous system. Okay, so we want to keep in balance. So up on the tippy toes is another wonderful pose called star. So see if your toes are okay with that. Bend into your knees a little bit, get your calves warmed up. I'm up on my tippy toes and I'm squatting. If that doesn't work for you, sit down and squat on the chair. Just get the legs warmed up. Okay, good. Now see if we can stand all the way up. And in yoga poses, as in other dancing people that dance, look for a point that isn't moving so that you can keep coming back to it. So a balance pose needs a mental attention. So when you're ready, bring the arms up. This is star pose. Bright star, shining star. Balance and beauty. And relax. Let's try it a few more times at your own pace. If rising on both feet doesn't feel good, just try to do it with one foot or put one foot against the other or on top of the other. Holding the star pose with big star hands, big star hands. And relax. Good. So last time we worked on tree and eagle. Let's go back to those for a few minutes and then we'll sit down and close our class. It's so lovely to have us all together doing yoga. So tree, like in my shirt here, is where the leg is turned out. The knee is pointing out, but the hips are staying straight. So that works the glute. You feel that in the glute. So the foot is against the leg or on top of the foot or up above the knee. See where your foot can be, all along here or on top. Okay, so we're being the tree now, and we're going to open our branches. See if we can hold our branches up there. So we could hold the branches, we could sway the branches. It's a breezy day. You can just hold, put your arms wherever your neck and shoulder would like them. And then bring it down. Good, let's try it on the other side. Getting nice and settled. I kind of like having two things here, makes me feel a little more settled. So you can put your foot on top of your foot. You can turn the hip out, so the knee is pointing out and you're stretching here in the groin and your foot is positioned. Try not to push against your knee here, be above or below your knee. And then just see where you can get your balance. Remember the center column. Breathing. Take in fresh, live oxygen, breath that's never been breathed before. Exhale, clearing out the stagnancy, the old stuff to get rid of, just like we clean our closets and our drawers, clean our bodies. And release. Good, shake it out. Tree pose. There are many, many, many balance poses. It's so fun to share them. That was the request last time. We opened up the mics and people were wanting more balance. Okay, so this one is the eagle pose. So the eagle pose, like we had our step stool here, you could put your foot there. You could wrap your foot here so your toes go around your calf. Or you could take your foot behind and wrap it around your calf here. This one, the knee is forward. In the tree pose, the knee is out. So this is forward. So we're working the different muscles around the hip. I sure need that. Strengthen my hip before I get replacement. Okay, so we're on our leg, and the knee that's forward is the arm we're going to bring forward. So try to bring an elbow to tips of the fingers as a straight line here. And then if you can, bring your elbow inside and bring your hands flat together. That's a lot to ask. So try different pieces and parts. Maybe you just want to start with your arms. And in the arms, you can lift and lower. You can pull the elbows down and center. So you could do that movement. If your hands aren't crossing, you can just put them like this, elbows together if the elbows can go together, hands together if the hands can go together, whatever you can do. Call it into the center. And then the foot behind this way, on the stool. And just see what you can do. Have some fun. In eagle. For those of you who are a little more advanced, you could crouch down in the eagle. Some people could put their butt to the floor in the eagle. You could go down, and then as your hands, oops, I crossed the wrong way. As your hands come up, you come up and be the big eagle. So play around with positioning too, as well as pulling it into the center. When you're ready, go to the other side. Lemon in my water, and I got a little seed. Okay, when you're ready, go to the other side or stay where you are if that seems okay for your balance. So again, the knee is forward. You can cross over in front, or cross over in back, or just be on the step stool. Okay, so then the arms. I'm not sure if I can do it on this side. I better go over here. So this side has this arm, and then it has this arm crossed inside. and the palms together. And this can move up and down. And you can crouch and then rise up and open. So play around with what feels good to be an eagle today. Beauty and balance. Bob. I love that. Good, and release it all. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, so that's a warming pose. Could you feel yourself getting warmer? Firing up. So now we're gonna cool with the moon. This will be our last standing pose, then we'll sit down. Arms up. Again, if arms up doesn't feel good to you, bring them down. Go to the center. So we're going over to the side and pushing our hips in the opposite direction. So we're making a crescent moon. Can you see that crescent moon? Feet are together. Try to cool now. You're the cooling moon, night sky, crescent moon. Back to the center. Reach up and over, pushing the hips in the other direction. So you're making a crescent moon. Back into the center and release. Very good. Let's come to our seat now. Let's check in with our body, see how we're feeling. Getting the spine nice and straight. Getting our hollow column remembered. Putting our hands either palms down on our knees or palms up. Back in our lap. We're just going to quiet for a moment. Feet are nice and flat. Our toes point, and our foot goes back, the heel pushing in like a little flex, just a mini point and flex. So anytime we feel ungrounded, like we're swirling around in our thoughts, coming back to our feet, coming back to sitting or standing mountain, help us feel more grounded. Just letting everything settle now, letting our heart rate come back down, letting our muscles be at rest. Tailbone to the top of the head feels like a hollow column. Keep playing with the imagery. It may or may not come. If it doesn't come, it's okay. Just have it as a remembrance that we're connected, brain and spine. We can speed up or we can slow down. I've often done experiments. When I slow down, can I get more done than when I speed up? And the answer is yes. I get so much more done when I stay in tune with my natural rhythm. Slow down and just do one thing at a time. Stay calm. Just a few breaths. I've experimented with my clients. It's like 3 or 4 breaths of just concentrating, rising and falling with the breath. You can just reset. I hope you've reset today. We'll finish up with a little bit of pelvic work just to make sure our pelvis is okay from all those standing poses. So we're gonna sit on the edge of our seat, just tip our pelvis a slight bit to make a curve in our spine, and then tuck our belly back so we're pushing the sacrum back. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2 more. Good. Sitting up, wiggling from hip to hip. Seeing how the hips feel. Did a lot of different movements, pulling our legs all different ways. So let's see how the hips feel. Settle the belly, settle the pelvic floor, settle the ribs. So this is thought of as our core. Underneath the rib cage, the diaphragm muscle, the transverse abdominis is like a girdle that holds our organs nice and tight, holds our frame. We lose track of those muscles a lot, so coming back, the pelvic floor, pubic area, all the way up under the ribs, all the way into the back. That's our core. Right, very nice. Let's bring our hands together, back to the chest, wiggling back and forth, giving ourselves the affirmation, I can find beauty and balance in my day. I see beauty, I see I'm balanced. You know, those kind of phrases. I'm open, the O, Bob. I'm centered, might be the O, open. Taking on clearing myself. I feel cluttered inside and clearing, coming, opening up that canal, letting things clear out of there. We can do it energetically. We don't have to do it with a big story of what it is. We could just feel it and gather it and clear it. So in yoga, there's a traditional ending to a class where we use the word namaste. And namaste means that the divine, the holiness, the light, the love within me recognizes the light and the love within you, and we are all one. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Please reach out if you have any questions, Ruth at Energy for Life, and check out my website, energyforlife.com.